Two things for you guys. One, what does a guy have to do to get 1,000 likes on a video? I'm working my balls off over here.
Oh my God! What?
Two, it's time for two things. Fernando Torres.
1.
After the former great striker revealed a semblance of his former greatness, which put Atletico Madrid up 1-0 on Barcelona in the first half of the first leg of their Champions League quarterfinal game yesterday, he got 2 yellow cards in 10 minutes to get ejected, which then helped Barca and Luis Suarez in particular to score 2 goals and get them the win 2-1.
2.
Those fouls by Torres were both yellow cards, so please, whoever you are, his super intimidating coach, his teammates, their fans, don't argue with me otherwise. They were late, and even more frustrating, they were unnecessary. He was the highest guy up the field. He was the first line of pressure. Everybody on his team was behind him. He didn't need to do that. They were reckless. He had a complete rush of blood to the head, and it ultimately cost his team the game, which he apologized for on Twitter. So kudos to him for raising his hand and taking responsibility. You see how that's done, Jurgen Klinsmann? Jack Wilshere.
1.
The Arsenal midfielder and English international who has yet to play a game for either club or country this season due to a fractured ankle, and who once traded jerseys with the great Pelé, finds himself in trouble again after an alleged altercation at a nightclub, which sends me in 2 directions.
A.
The guy is 24. He's been on the sideline for many months now, which means he has some extra pent-up energy. So he goes out to relieve some stress or pressure or whatever, and then he gets into it with some people who are probably trying to bait him into acting out since he has a history of doing it.
B.
Okay, fine, you got me. Since he has a history of poor off-the-field choices, he probably shouldn't be going out. He should know that a professional athlete's career is very short and that he needs to drop the stuff that normal human beings like to enjoy and focus everything on being the best version of himself he can be. I mean, that's why he gets paid millions of dollars, right? To make the hard sacrifices for the greater good of his club and country? Wait, didn't one of England's best ever players, George Best, do that as well? Anyway, now I'm feeling like I'm talking in circles. What point was I trying to make again? The American soccer hype complex.
1.
We are so desperate over here to have a world-class men's player that we can call our own, that's so warm and snuggly and that we can be proud of, that fans and media and the marketing machines of sponsors and sports leagues and governing bodies put way too much pressure and hype on our young players to be something that they're not ready to be yet or never will be, and that's unfair. Our first real example of this, Freddie Adu, is still looking to fulfill the potential that was sold to us 12 years ago after he was called the best player that we have ever produced without him ever truly earning that title. Still only 26, Freddie's now playing for his 13th club over those 12 years. Sad story. Our most recent example of the greatest thing ever, striker Jordan Morris, has struggled since signing with the Seattle Sounders, and I blame all of us. We're so thirsty for someone in this country to emerge as the guy that it becomes a detriment to the player. He's a young guy trying to find his way. So let's temper our hopes and expectations, and when it's clear he's ready to be the guy, then we can let the hype machine take control. Until then, let's not talk about him for a while.
2.
Stop. I know what you're thinking. The chosen one should shrug off the pressure and the hype and still do the business, and I agree with you, which means we will all know when that player arrives. It'll be clear. All right, that's it. That is all I got. Except this. In appreciation for all of your positivity and continued support, and for spreading the word about subscribing to my new channel, tomorrow we'll see the return of one of my favorite shows, FIFA Predicts, and its classy host, Anthony Richardson, right here at this very location. You're welcome.